I like it. I like it, man. Keep that mentality.
And we're going to get a Super Bowl ring so big on our finger that a show dog wouldn't be able to jump over.
Okay, you heard it correctly. We're going to get a Super Bowl ring so blank big on our finger that a blanking show dog wouldn't be able to jump over it. Shout out to the people at Jostens, who will now have to hire a show dog for any Super Bowl ring R&D they need to do. Make up the ring, bring out the show dog, preferably retired because they won't have to go to shows. Have them jump over it. If the show dog can jump over the ring, it's not big enough. If the show dog can't jump over the ring, well, that one's ready to be shipped out to Arizona. Great job,
Ready to go. That's great. We're drawing a blank here on a Monday morning. NFL draft wrapping up on Saturday. Now comes the hard part, waiting. Got to wait for training camps to open up to get a look at how these rookies are going to fit in year one. So, Brandon, the team that had the best draft was blank.
Jenna, you didn't say anything about my outfit today. What color am I wearing? Can you see it?
It is
what color?
green, my friend.
Help me out here. No, it's not green.
Green.
It's jet green, Jenna. It's jet green.
Oh.
The Jets had the best
My
draft. Jets, Jets. Look,
Green,
everybody's
green,
talking
green.
about the top three guys, rightfully so. Zach Wilson. I haven't talked a lot about him because I was standing on the table for who? Justin Fields. But look, we're in a good place with Zach Wilson. This dude has the flair. He has the attitude. He took his picture. He came. He held up his jersey, and he had on donks. I absolutely love this guy. You're ready for New York. New York is going to embrace you. Whoever your PR people is, they're doing a phenomenal job already. For you to actually land in Florham Park and have on donks with your suit, you are off to a hot start, Zach Wilson. Elijah Moore. This dude, if you go back, what was it, 2010, 2011, I believe, when Stephon Diggs was drafted. I think he went 5th round, and everybody passed on this guy. This is him. This is the Stephon Diggs of this draft. This dude could potentially be a top 5 receiver in the next 5 years. Super excited about him. I don't even know how he fell to us. And then obviously when you draft someone like Zach Wilson, you got to bolster that offensive line. So you look at Vera Tucker. Vera Tucker, so versatile. This is a dude that can play outside, play inside. Our guy Bucky Brooks believe he can be an all-pro guard. So it's going to be exciting to see where they place him and how he develops and how all three of these guys develop together. So the Jets, baby. Jet green,
right,
Jenna.
Before
Jet green.
I give my answer, Brandon, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. But imagine how much Brandon would have loved the Jets draft had they taken either of the two quarterbacks that for 2 months Brandon said he liked more than Zach Wilson. Like, they'd have really killed it if they took Trey Lance or Justin Fields.
He doesn't
Also,
remember.
don't listen to him. Don't listen to Nick, Zach. I love you, Zach.
Listen, if the Jets draft, something very peculiar did happen in the Jets draft, which is I think there is a better than 50% chance that one of these Michael Carter picks was a mistake. The odds that they took 2 guys by the same name is one thing. The other one is put in the card. Get Michael Carter, no problem. Right. And then it comes in, they're like, running back, North Carolina. We wanted the corner from Duke. Oh, no. So they had to draft him later. So I'm just saying that might have happened. The team that actually had the best draft was the team that took the quarterback Brandon wanted the Jets to take. The Bears. Justin Fields. Did they overpay? Really? Maybe, but it doesn't matter if Justin Fields is the guy that I believe Brandon believes that he's going to be. For the first time in 70 years, they will have a homegrown franchise quarterback. And by the way, Tevin Jenkins was a guy the Chiefs were considering with the 31st pick before they traded it away. So I think their first 2 picks, they did great, so I'm going to go with the Bears.
Okay, before I give my answer, I just want to say Pro Football Focus gave the New England Patriots an A+ on their draft. And since that's a foregone conclusion, I didn't see any value in bringing it up in the show other than this little anecdote. I went with Brandon's Steelers for the bookends of the draft. Ooh. First up, Najee Harris. I told you he's got a great running back. He's willing to block people and hurdle people. Then, here's my favorite play. Watch this. Oh, I can do both.
You did talk about him last week.
And a Goodbye, and I get a hurdle. And then with their last pick, Brandon, get ready for this. Presley Harvin III. He's a 265-pound punter who can also throw the ball. Best punter in the nation out of Georgia Tech. Great pickup from the Steelers. But can also take Ben Roethlisberger's job and meal plan if things go bad.
I forgot you talked about Najee Harris last week. That's right. Jeez, great job. You're
you snuck in the line of the morning. On to Minnesota now. You never know what's coming out of Wilds. Vikings drafted your guy, Brandon, quarterback Kellen Mond, possibly as a long-term replacement for Kirk Cousins. Cousins' former teammate, RG3, weighing in on the new quarterback dynamic in Minnesota, and it's pretty explosive. Listen to this.
I can tell you right now, number 8 in Minnesota is probably not real happy right now because Kellen Mond represents exactly what he doesn't do well, right? Kellen Mond's the big physical quarterback. He can run it, throw it all over the field. And I don't think that that's something that number 8 is able to do. But I would tell you this, with great determination and great coaching, I think this is a guy that could be a real riser over the course of his career. And as you see, Cousins has been collecting checks there in Minnesota for a long time, taking them to 8-8, 9-7 seasons. If he has a bad start to the year like he did last year, I could see the fans and maybe the organization leaning towards Mond if he comes in and impresses.
Hard to be explosive when you're speaking in front of a giant pink panda. Brandon, RG3's comments on Kellen Mond and Kirk Cousins are blank.
Look, I'm rooting for Kellen Mond, but I'm not rooting against Kirk Cousins. Like, both are great guys. Both can play football. Kellen Mond, he is the sleeper of the draft. He's the steal of the draft. This dude, in a couple of years, we're going to talk about where did he come from. That's what we're going to be saying. But the answer is wow. When I was listening to this, he went on for a couple of minutes. I was like, wow, this dude is really good. Where did RG3 come from? Fox, you need to call this guy. I can see him in a booth. He was really smooth. And then I had to realize what he was saying after I, got lost in, his art and the science of how he was articulating himself. But RG3, the real wow around this is this. It's been 6 years, bro. You got to let it go. You could be a phenomenal backup quarterback for years to come. Right. And then also you can go into the booth. You can go into the booth after what you just showed us this past weekend. So let it go. Do what I do with Jay Cutler. Embrace it and say, Jay, I miss you. We know there's beef there. We know there's tension there. But you don't want to be walking around as Bitter Betsy. So, wow. Come on, let it go, bro.
Bitter Betsy.
What?
Oh, Bitter Betsy.
What? Bitter Betsy.
Oh,
I don't know
I've never heard that before, but I love it. Bitter Betsy made the show before 8 a.m. Eastern. All right, but Brandon said, after Brandon gave Kellen Mond all his flowers and then said RG3 is the next Tony Romo, Brandon got to the actual take, which is this is all about the fact. This is how RG3 was feeling when they drafted Kirk Cousins after drafting him. Ooh. Same draft. So my answer is projection. He's just projecting onto Cousins feelings about Kellen Mond that RG3 had about Cousins. So it's just projection, Wilds. Right. We know that.
Okay, good job for you not mentioning